morning. Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, today's USDA report day, and we'll see how the market reacts to the USDA March 1 stocks numbers and acres. Again, trade's looking for higher corn acres, lower bean acres, and maybe slightly higher wheat acres. Long term, beans could be offset with the lower acres due to a higher yield and possibly lower exports in 25-26. Corn markets finding some support in the nearby because of some dry weather in Brazil and some wet weather across parts of eastern, southern, and southeast U.S. that could delay plantings. Now, from a weather perspective, at the end of the 2-week forecast, we look for some drier but cool conditions across the Midwest, and then the rains could return after that. As far as Brazil weather is concerned, there is some dryness for the second safrinha corn crop, which we have to watch pretty closely to see how competitive they may be with their corn versus U.S. Corn exports. We have the stocks numbers should show more beans and wheat, less corn stocks than a year ago. And as far as global events, Goldman Sachs came out and said that the U.S. 2025 GDP may be only 1%, and the Fed may have to lower rates 3 times in 2025. That's offering resistance to the stock market. U.S. dollar is a little bit lower on concern of U.S. trade being affected by tariffs. Crude oil caught a bid overnight because of possibility that the U.S. could impose sanctions on anyone that buys Russian oil. Wednesday, we have the reciprocal tariffs and see what impact that has on inflation here in the U.S. and the retaliatory steps by Mexico, Canada, Europe, China, and even Japan and Taiwan, where because of tariffs on imported autos and auto parts. So we'll see what the USDA has to say later today. We'll see how the grains react to it with funds, sellers last week in the grain room. They are now short beans, meal, oil, wheat, record short in Chicago and KC wheat, and long in corn, but still they've taken a lot of the long position out of corn going into month end and quarter end.